What's up guys, it's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity build a video. This video is actually going to be a pretty important one, so make sure that you guys like, subscribe, comment below with any video requests, and join us on our Facebook page at SimCity Build It MissyAnne for any of our contest to mayor's guides, video links, production plan, all that good stuff. So, alright, let's go ahead and get started. What's this video about? It is going to be about boosting your population on your regional maps. Now, when you unlock regional maps, you pretty much open up kind of a whole new world of the game. You want to make sure that you are prepared for that. Do not do this if you don't have them already unlocked and you're a low-level player. But let's say you already have them unlocked. Maybe you've been playing the game for some time now, and you really want to unlock all of them. Here's the thing about regional population and population in general. What you need to know first and how to get that up to 10 million. So in order to unlock all of the regional maps, which is 5 regionals, okay, you have to have a total of 10 million population on the 4 regional maps aside from the last one that you're trying to unlock. Capital map population does not count towards your regional map. Okay? So how are you going to get 10 million people on 4 regional maps to unlock the 5th? It's a pretty challenging task, actually. Especially if you're somebody who has been maybe designing on your regionals. I do not recommend designing on regionals until you have all your maps unlocked. Okay, now for me, what I did was I had to analyze what type of homes I wanted to build. Now, here's the thing. First, I'm going to teach you guys how population works, and then we'll talk about the easiest way to hit the 10 million pop. Okay? So, first thing you need to know is how population works with your buildings. Now, when you hold down on one of the houses, what does this number represent? This number is your base pop. Okay, so kind of like base storage, base population. So what happens is when you upgrade a house and you don't have any pop boosters whatsoever, okay, it's just sitting out in the middle of nowhere, the most people that it can hold is the number that shows right here where it says max population. So on a regular residential home, the ones that can be converted to epic projects, the base amount is 1836, okay? So ideally, you would want to pick the one with the highest max pop amount. That way, when you boost it, you can boost each category 100%, okay? So you ever notice how when you place down one of your pop boosters and it doesn't give you any more people by placing it, it means that you've reached the 100% boost for that category. So what's happening here is you have to decide which home is going to be the best for you. So you can build any style home that you want on your regional maps. However, here's the thing. Okay, these ones, the airport ones, they require airport homes or airport buildings, right? Nope, it's not the word I'm looking for. I'm looking for airport items. That's what I'm looking for, not buildings. This one is 2019. Okay, so it's not the highest. It's not very good. So here, this one is Omega. This is the highest. However, there's a catch. First off, Omega is extremely expensive. Second, not a lot of people like the look of Omega. So if you really like the look of Omega and you want to build an Omega City, go for it. But there is a debate here. Okay, so what else can we do besides Omega? Because here's the thing. Omega has a service demand that is very high. As you can see here, it says high service demand. Meaning you're going to need a lot more services covering your map in order to take care of that many people, which in turn means less houses, right? So you actually get less pop overall than you would if you did all epic projects. Now, here's the thing with epic projects. If you pick up an epic project, okay, you can see here 2411. That is the base amount for an epic project. So a regular residential is 1836, but after it's been converted to an epic, the base becomes 2411. Okay? So you subtract the omega from base epic, and you're left with a very small number, okay? But you have a very low service demand for epic projects versus omega homes, thereby making epics realistically the best overall to boost pop. Not only that, but they give back to you by giving you that token. Granted, they do cost money, but they don't cost half as much as building omega, right? Because you're talking about a maximum upgrade. So then you have to take into consideration that you can actually fit more epic homes on your map than you can fit omega homes once you put in all those extra services. So what you really want to do is you want to buy omega services for epic population. Okay? That's going to be the best route. Now, let's say that you don't want to build that many epics on there. What else can you do? What other homes can you build that would get you the 10 million pop relatively easily? Any regional pop is going to be the same. So this one here is 2347. Then you have Latin homes at 1836, and you have Old Town at 300. So for just, shy of about 100, roughly 100 pop, you can avoid the epics and do regional pop, which is what I did, because I really did not have time to convert all of those homes to epics right then. I did build some epics, of course, but I built up regular residentials to be converted to epics, and I built the regional homes. Now keep in mind that you are going to want to refresh the building materials required so that you're not spending a fortune doing these upgrades, but I recommend doing regional homes or epics for this, okay? So build as many regular residentials as you can, convert those to epics as need be, and then build up any regional homes that you can. Now that you've got that started, what you're going to do is you're going to set up your city in a grid layout for the time being. Now, obviously this isn't going to be forever, but at least until you can unlock that 5th map. So what a grid layout is, it's pretty simple, okay? You're going to put a row of houses kind of like this, okay? Now, instead of putting a road between here like this, what you're going to do is you're going to put it here, okay? So pretend that we did this all the ways down. I'm just going to give you guys, and you guys, you can set that 3 red roads trick up. You're going to want to do that for your regional maps also individually, because man, these are not cheap. You do not want to spend all your coins doing stupid road upgrades, okay? So if you don't know what that means, go look up the red roads trick. Never upgrade roads again video. Okay, so now we have this. We're going to pretend that this is all the way down the map, okay? So we'll go like that. Okay, we're going to pretend that those are all the way down. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to then, you're going to put a road kind of like you would if you were doing homes. Hold on, let me get my stylus here. Oops, that's too far. Okay, so the same distance, you're going to do 8 squares wide, or tall, or whatever. Okay, so instead of putting homes again, what we're going to do is we're going to put pop boosters. Now, you got to be very particular about your pop boosters, because what a lot of people do is they just scatter stuff about the best they can. They don't take into consideration that you really need to be as efficient as possible to get the 10 million pop. You think it's going to be super easy? No, 10 million pop is a lot, especially when you're looking at maps like Frosty or Sunny or whatever, like where they're split into sections. It can make it very difficult to get all of the categories spread out, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to go through each category and you're going to pick out the pop boosters with the highest boost. Now, with regional maps, you can actually start upgrading regional hotspots. Those go up to 80% pop boost with 5 epic points. However, those are extremely expensive to max out and they take some time. So don't put those down in the middle of everything, okay? Now, for the purpose of the video, I am going to try to move some of these to kind of show you how much you can boost your pop here. So, like this. And you're going to do this all the way down. Now, you can actually, if you really want to, depending on, you know, what you're using to boost the pop, you may be able to continue on with a third row of homes. You just got to be careful. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the pop boosters in this section, and then you're going to proceed the same way you would up above and do another 2 rows of houses, and then another 2 rows of pop boosters, and then another 2 rows of houses, and so on. So it's just going to be, like I said, a grid layout. It's pretty simple, okay? Now, ideally, it's going to look just like this. And then I'm going to show you guys which buildings that are in the main menu that are good. Now, if you have, you know, mayor's buildings and things like that on your capital map that have like an 80% boost, I highly recommend transferring those to some of your regional maps for the time being. Once you unlock the 10 million people, you can go ahead and take everything away. You can bulldoze, whatever. Once it's unlocked, that's it. It's unlocked. You don't have to worry about anything anymore after that. So, like I said, don't do a lot of designing until you're actually, you know, ready and got everything done. Okay, so we've got what is a pretend grid layout here. So you get the general idea. This would have, you know, houses all the way across the map. Now, starting with, we're not going to start with parks because I don't have the mayor's thing, which is this here. This is very expensive. If you have this, this is 100% boost. It's an excellent way to, you know, boost the pop with parks. But right now, we're not going to do that one. So, let's start with the category that has the highest pop boosters overall. And we're going to start with the Mayor's Pass, okay? So these ones have a tendency to be quite large. So what we want to do is we want to find the smallest buildings with the highest pop boost. We don't want to put a bunch of big buildings and not have room for everything else. So one of the buildings that is really popular is this one here. It's an 80% boost. Now, if put in the right spot, you can boost your pop upwards of 200,000 people with just this one building. So what we're going to do is we're going to not place it here because we're missing half our coverage zone. We're going to place it and make sure that, you know, see how far you can go before the blue lines drop off. So about right there, that's 54,000 people just for those homes that you're seeing it boost. Imagine if this was filled. This map was filled. That would have boosted us about 200,000-300,000. Okay? So now you have to look at the fact that the blue line here, see how these are higher than these? We're not quite at 100%. So this one is a 50% boost. This is 60%, and it's only 4 spaces. Now, we don't want to waste it, so you want to just keep spreading them out the best that you can. This one here, see how there's one space here? whenever there's one space available, that is when you want to put parks. Okay. Now the parks are going to be a little trickier. For parks, I used either, it depends on the radius also. Hang on. So, for example, this one here is a 30% boost. Look at the radius. Then we have this one, 30% boost. The radius is about, you know, you can see how big it is. Now, we have, the radius is a 12 by 4. Okay, now we have the pink park, which is the one I used, and this is an 8 by 8. This one works really well when doing the grid layout because it's only one square. So if you were to place, let's say, 4 of these along this building, or at least the 3, okay, now just keep like this. Now we've got the parks. Anytime you have a section where you have, you know, just the one here, always fill it with a park. If you have 100% boost on the park and you only have a 1 space available, you can go ahead and put something from the landscape, because there's really not many other buildings that are just 1 space. And when doing that, it's good to do either the trees, but this is only a 2%, 2%, 4%. I think these are 4, let's see, 4, 4. Okay, yeah. So, you know, you could do one of those. That's 469 people. Just, and you can see we still have a lot of coverage space. That's only if you're at 100%, you know, on the parks, because that's 30% versus 4%. Okay, so moving on. Let's go to the education tab. Now, on the education tab, these buildings are very oddly shapen, and their radiuses are odd as well. So what you're going to want to do is, if you have any hotspots that are upgraded to a decent amount, go ahead and use those. If you have some of, like, okay, look, this one's a 40%, area is 20 by 20. This is a 22 by 22 and a 50%, but the shapes are different. You know, this one would allow for quite a bit of buildings alongside it, but this one would allow for 3 more parks. So what you could do, instead of putting it next to here, you could, let's say, move it down a couple notches and then put the parks along the top here. That's one way to do it. This one here is a 50% boost, and it's a little bit better shape. I would probably go with something like, well, it might even be the same shape. This one here has a really large radius, 22 by 22, 20 by 20, 22 by 22. This is a 4-pointer epic. I'd probably go with this one. So maybe follow that green square, try to keep it as even as possible. Then you can look at the amount that it's boosting. Like, for example, if you're getting 34,000 here and you're getting 34,000 down here, then keep it down here so that you can get the other buildings that have, you know, different type of area coverage, and use those further down. Okay, so now let's say that we used that. That one's a good one to use. 34, 32. Okay, so we'll go 34 here. Put that there. All right, now we've got education. Let's do transportation. This is what I used for transportation. It's 18 by 18, 3-pointer, 50%, and it only costs 20 gold keys. Now, 29,000, 34,000, 30,000, 29, and so forth. So right here we're getting the best coverage. Now we've got another 30,000 we can add, okay, because this is a 50% boost and 50. So that would be 100% if we put them right in the same area. So let's say we did that. Now we've got transportation covered, and you can see we have a total of 64,000 people being boosted by transportation. Now let's go to landmarks here. I used this right here. This is a 60% boost. Area is 16 by 18. So as you can see, that's 33,000 for just a 4-square building. 31,000, 31,000. So let's say I did that there and then put one, let's say here or something. 25, 23. So we've got one there and there. Okay. Now this one is a 70% boost, but it takes up quite a bit more space. This is an 80% boost, not quite as much coverage. So we'd get 41,000, roughly 41,000 there, versus, okay, that's a 70%. So you can, Landmark has a lot of different options, but you want to look at how much space is being taken up. Like this one here is a good one. It's an 85% boost, 4-pointer, and it's only 60 plat keys. So if you save this and wait for the November sale, I would go with this one. It's only 30 platinum keys in November, and you get 85% boost with a 4-pointer epic. So if you did do landmark epics, that would be the way to go. Okay. Then you've got, let's go ahead and put landmarks back out there for the time being. That's a 60, 70, 70. So for now, I'm just going to put this one out. Okay. Now we've got gambling. Okay, so for gambling, you got a couple options here. These are your hotspots, and then you've got this, which is a 65% boost, which isn't bad. This one is a 50%. This one is a 60%. So this is only 5% more, but it cost a bunch of cash, whereas this one is only like 12 gold keys or something. So I actually use this one, which is why I have 41 of them, and they fit nicely. So right there, and like that. Okay, that works great. Now we've got these spaces available here, and we've got gambling, entertainment, mayor's pass. Okay, so let's see here. Entertainment. This one is good. It's got an area of 2020. And the one I used was this one. It's a 40%. The area is 2020, and it only takes up 4 squares. Okay, so that was nice. So like that. And then like that. Now we've got this space here. We can move those. It is going to be kind of tricky to get these, evenly placed. Just do the best that you can. This is 40, 20, 55% with a 24 by 30. That's not bad. Then we've got 25. I've got a lot more buildings. They're just scattered about. 50%, 20 by 20. That's only 8,000. Let's see. That's at 10,000. 8,000. Okay, so for the time being, since I don't have many things over here, we're going to go with the 10,000 here. Okay. Now, we've got these spots here. We're going to go with parks. Go down to the pink trees. We're getting quite a bit with those. Okay. Now, as you can see, we've done quite a bit of boost here, just in this little tiny section, right? So now we're getting 9,000 here, 12,000 there, 16,000 here. So you're going to want to place these the best you can. And then you're just going to proceed on down the line. Now, obviously, you're going to do the best that you can per coverage zone on any of these. Okay, so like let's say that you're lacking entertainment a little further down on the one corner. You can just try to fix it on the next pop booster row. Just do the best that you can. I promise you guys, you will hit 10 million pop no problem. Okay? Put your epic buildings as close to the best pop boosters that you have. Like that. Okay? Try not to put pop boosters where you're supposed to have your homes. Okay? Try to keep them in the pop booster row. Okay. Now, it's not hard to get your stuff to boost up. It's actually really easy once you know really what you want to do and how to do it. So we're going to put that in storage. Now we've got, this is boosting 42,000 right here. So we can get 29,000 there, 29. Like just look and scroll as far over. You can also see the line. And you can kind of see which houses it's going to hit. Try to get as much coverage out of it as you can. Another thing you can do is before you build the homes, if you have a lot of space on your map, put your grid layout first. You know, draw all your roads first. It'll make it a lot easier. And then you can actually start placing them down before the homes are there. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can say, okay, I have all my landmark ones, and you can look at the big coverage zone that you have. Then place all your gambling. And then just make sure that you don't place anything where the homes go, and then slowly start putting your homes there and building them up. That's going to be the easiest route, and that way you have a much easier time. But this is the most efficient way to boost pop. Okay, so trust me, you'll get there. I recommend putting more effort into maps that are larger first. For example, don't start with the Frosty map. Start with something like the Cactus map. The green map is an excellent one because it also has beach. Frosty does have mountain, but the map is so damn small, you know. That one's probably going to be one with the least amount of pop. One of the more popular ones is going to be Sunny is a good one because it has beach. But what you want to do with the beach in terms of pop boost and mountain, I'll show you guys those. So here's the thing, okay? This here is a 3-pointer. It's a 40% boost, and it's got a 5x20 radius. This is a 60% boost, 8x40 radius, so that's pretty good. And this is a 50% boost with an 8x40. So same radius, except for this one's 60, this one's 50%. This one's 90 coin or 90 plat, this is 120. Save your plat for the November sale, okay? For the time being, I would use either this one here, the observatory, because you want to look at the currency that you're using. You know, you don't want to spend a lot of platinum keys for full price items. This one is, I believe, gold keys, but for gold keys, the best is going to be this one here. Okay? Now for beach, there's a lot of options really. You're going to want to try to use as many, you know, of the, let's see here. You've got the, like this one here, the rowing center, that's a 9x30. This is a 6x20. Okay. So it doesn't go quite as far or as wide, but there's more of them, right? And they're cheaper. The other one's cash, this one's keys, and so forth. This one is a 8x40, which isn't bad. It's a 4-pointer. I recommend buying the Beach Delta when it goes on sale in November. This one is also good, but it's only a 20% boost, so don't do that one. You just got to look, but I would recommend either the rowing center or the pier. This one is okay, but not really. Yeah, that one there. So good luck to you guys. Hopefully that helps you. You should be able to hit, 10 million pop, no problem. Again, if you have hit 100% on the parks and you have any space available for, just the 1 squares, another thing you can do is this. These are excellent. Okay, this one specifically because it can go over roadways. Now, it kind of depends on what you got going on, but like, let's see here. That's a double, but let's say you had 1 square. This is a 2%, and these are 4%, right? So in the middle, and you can look at and actually see without having to place it there how many people you're going to get. You'll get like 941 if you put it here. See, and so forth. That's a lot. That's almost 1,000 people just for 1 tree, and that's only a 4% boost. The 80% and the 70% are going to be where a lot of your coverage is going to want to come from. A lot of these mayor's buildings, especially some of the ones from like season 1, 2, and 3, they were such tiny buildings. They have some decent pop boosts on some of these. Try to get the ones that are 4 squares, but the area where it says 16 by 16, that's the radius, the green square on the screen. So it's 16 squares by 16 squares. Okay? So good luck to you guys. Hopefully that helps you. That is going to be the most efficient way to boost your pop for regionals. You do need 10 million to boost it to get all of them unlocked, and just slowly start building up your map, your homes. Also, as time goes on, you can try to rearrange some things around, like pick up a pop booster that was maybe it was at 40% and you have one that's at 50 now that you can place down that's the same size. Make sure that you're constantly doing that, and then try to make sure that you do not upgrade your roads with coin. That costs too much money. Okay, it's 7,500 for 1 dash of road from start to finish. Just set your roads up, never needing to be upgraded, doing the 3 red roads trick. Any that you can convert to epics will be helpful. You'll get quite a bit there. And yeah, that's it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, leave some kind of a comment or whatever. Share it on Reddit. Share it on the Facebook groups if you want. And I will see you guys tomorrow.